this is it. So from the previous video, we talked about how to use or leverage on AI to design our questionnaire, and we had a feel of how we would have done it without AI. That is to say, we would have just designed it side by side, programming it this way, writing out every code, the constraints, the skips, and everything. So we would have introduced other columns here for relevance uh, of questions, for constraints of questions, for choice type or choice filters and all of those. But then with AI, we would skip all of this. What would actually happen is it's actually amazing. Uh, we would just give the right prompt to chat, and chat will convert this to a final product like this. That's the XLS format, which we then upload onto our SurveyCTO server. I'll also take you through in a different video on how to upload that onto SurveyCTO, and how to set that up and have it running on your tablet. But with this, chat will be able to convert all of these to XLS form, ready for deployment on your SurveyCTO data management platform. So let's see how it's done. Okay, so this is an example of how a finished data capture looks like. So that's the same questionnaire now in a web format. So questionnaire on diabetes among young people in Ghana, contemporary diagnosis, knowledge and incidents, a survey. So it's been designed such that we can just, if we send this as a web link to someone, the person can easily select the community they are in. We'll be able to select whether it's a rural, urban listing, and just fill out the questionnaire, the interviewer, the respondent name, Jeff, and fill out the unique ID of the respondent. Let's say it's XG2012, and the gender or sex of the respondent, then the age, say 24, and the highest level of education, tertiary, and whether the person is currently in school, yes, and all of that. So the person could just fill it on web, and in the same fashion, the person can use a tablet to fill out this. Now, how do we do this, or how do we prompt chat to design this quickly? And this is how you do it. Now we are back to chat. I believe by now all of you would have been familiar with chat. At least if you are not familiar with chat, this is how ChatGPT looks like. This is the free version of it. You can get a paid version that has more robust capabilities, but with the free version, at least there are some basic things you can still get it done with. Help you to assist you with something like designing the questionnaire, although you have a limit to that. So this is the prompt we'll be giving chat to help us. So I usually prefer you start by creating a new project, and you give the project a name, and the name given to the project, you put every document related to that. So if we are going to design a questionnaire, we would have named our project training on questionnaire design using AI. So new project, we just say training on questionnaire design AI. Okay, then we'll create the project. Okay, so this is a project that has been created, and with every prompt, every document related to that is in this project. So we'll just add every file that we want to. So it's project specific, and chat knows what that when you are dealing with files related to this, it doesn't pick anything that is unrelated to this, and it focuses solely on these ones. So a prompt like this, let's look at the prompt. So the prompt says use the questions in the attached file, and so we provide a file name to design a ready to use ODK. Now our file name here would be diabetes quantitative final. That would have been our file name. So to produce a ready to use data capture tool, include, we're telling it to include the necessary relevant constraints, the escape logics, the appearance type, hints, calculation, for instance, pooling choice names, constraint messages, make all questions, both closed ends and open ends required, include all other necessary fields. And note that in the choices sheet, the name field should be numeric and not strings. After each list name, a blank row should be left before the next list name. Now, all of this will seem new if you haven't actually done programming in that before, but well, at least it would give you your final product which you can quickly deploy onto SurveyCTO, and then you get your data capture ready. But if you still want to learn about all of it, how it's done step by step, then I would advise you to still visit xlsforms.org, where you learn everything. You can still reach out to me personally, and you can subscribe for more tips on how to do this. Okay, now back to chat. With this prompt, chat is actually well equipped to give you a ready to deploy ODK LXLS form for SurveyCTO. So what we have to do here is just to enter our file name. So now let's just go and copy our file name. And so when we come here, we check our file name, which is this. This is our file name. And then we come and then we put it here. So now we're saying we're telling chat that use the questions in the attached diabetes quantitative final docs document. But where is it? We have to attach it. So to attach it, we click on this plus sign, go to add photo and files. Then we go to where our online training with directory to find where our file is found. Then we open it. So we then upload it. That is to say, we attach it to chat. And with the prompts rightly set, when we execute this, chat will prepare an XLS ready to deploy form for us. Okay, so let's do this and we get it ready. Once it's done, we'll pick our final output. We'll go through them one by one now, as much as possible explain what chat has done, and that is to tell you whether it's been able to provide us with the final output as we want it to be. It's been able to include the constraints, the escape logics, the appearance types, the hints, and a caveat here. If you want to use for advanced designs, you may not get that done as you want it, but then again, you have to polish up your skills on designing questionnaires. Then with the aid of AI, you can get the best out of it. So it's done. It's designed our questionnaire for us, and it's telling us that this is what it has done. I've designed a ready-to-use ODK based strictly on the questions in diabetes questionnaire, following your specifications. What I have implemented: all questions closed and opened marked as required, proper skip logics exactly reflecting the questionnaire, constraints, messages that's for age and range included, hints where applicable, select one multiple correctly structured. Numeric, that's the name values in the choices sheet, no strings. Blank row left after each listening in the choices sheet as we instructed chat to do. Other specify fields with correct relevant conditions included. SurveyCTO compatible structure, that's the survey choices in settings. So it has already designed this in Excel. It has done the survey sheet thing, it has done the choices sheet thing, and done the settings sheet thing. And so that is ready. We don't have to go through typing and programming and doing all of these things. But a clean variable naming suitable for analysis, that's ready to use analysis variable naming. Then it tells us that this is our file we can download. So let's click on downloading. Then it downloads it. Oh, it's ready. So what do? We open it to see how it looks like. This is how our form looks like. Okay. So this is how our form looks like. Let's click on enable editing, and then you can see how it has named and the type of questions, the label. So if you look closely, you see that the gender question we were designing, it actually did the right thing, because it also, the chat was able to realize that that question type is select one, and then when you go to gender, it also gave the list name here as gender, and then so when you come here, you see that it's also labeled them one male, female, and it's giving a value of 1 to male, a value of 2 to female. Chat has been able to do this, and it's giving spaces. So after each list name, it leaves a row, an empty row, and goes to the next one. So this is an instruction we give to chat, else it would have just stacked everything together, but it didn't do that. And when we come to the constraints, it's been able to include some constraints. So for instance, age, because we're looking at young people between ages 10 to 35, chat has been able to know that we are dealing with young people, the youth who are 10 to 35, anyone less than that or above that will be included, and has been able to include a constraint. That's a logical constraint chat has been able to do based on the prompts we gave it. And it's been further, what it has further done is to give it a message to say that age must be between 10 to 35. What I see that chat hasn't done is to give a hint what that means. Okay, so it could have left a hint to say that enumerator enter age of a respondent who is between 10 to 35. That would have been additional information, but chat chose not to. So as a designer or as a programmer, if you want to include this, then you then look at where you have to add on, and you do that. Mind you, chat might not necessarily give you a perfect design. And so as an expert that you are going to become, or you're learning to be, you have to then have all of these have all of this knowledge to be able to know what you have to improve on and what you have to accept. Okay, so relevant, it's been able to include the relevant. So relevance here, it says that education, if education, the person selects 6. And what does 6 mean here in choices for education? 6 means other. So if someone says, I have an other type of education level, so the person is given the opportunity to specify the other. And that question only becomes relevant when the person selects 6. So you see, chat has been able to do that. Else we would have had to put all of these questions from the first to the finished manually. So imagine if you have 20 pages, 30 pages of questionnaire, you would have to have done this manually, but chat has been able to do this quickly. So that's the advantage. So do well to subscribe for more videos that help you to do this, to learn. That would help you to know how to design your questionnaires using AI, and how to leverage on AI to do a lot of research stuff. Okay, so do not forget again to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this if you like the content, and for learning and developing your career in research. Thank you.